Hello, fellow Gooplettes and Gooplers. Today, this is our first episode of the Gooper Reel Podcast, hosted by Mason Griffith and me, Michael Matag.
That is a true statement right there.
Today, we're going to be going over the movie The Killer. So, the general structure of the Gooper Reel Podcast is we will be going over a movie and... you want to...
Yeah, we'll be going over a piece of media. It could, on rare occasions, be a show or a game, maybe.
Might not always be a movie, yeah.
Yeah, it might not. Series, maybe, There's that new Echo that just came out.
Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff to say about that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but this week, we're going to be trying to do weekly episodes. Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the thing. And this episode is The Killer, so... This would be my second time watching this movie, and your first.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, we wrote some stuff down, so we're going to talk about our general opinion of the movie, what we thought about it, what we liked, what we didn't like maybe. We thought it was a horrible movie. I didn't think it was a horrible movie, but...
Yeah, I think it's a good movie, for sure. This is... a movie that came out in 2023, the end of 2023, actually. So it's very recent. And
by David Fincher.
A
great director. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great director.
Actually, he was the guy that directed my favorite movie, Fight Club. So, that's one of the things that I kind of went into when watching the movie was like, well, I have seen some of the stuff this guy made before, and I want to see, like, what's carried over, because Fight Club came out, like, almost 25 years ago, and... So it's like, it's interesting to see, how his style's evolved. So I guess we can probably get started.
Yeah. Again, 2023, this is available on Netflix. It is also a Netflix original. So this didn't hit theaters in many places, I'm guessing. Probably not at all. I'm not sure. But yeah. As for the cast list, do you know...
Do I know?
Do you know actors?
I mean, I know people, I guess. Not really.
I don't watch movies a lot. Or I watch movies a lot, but I don't pay attention to actors.
Yeah.
None of these names stick out to me. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, yeah, like I'm really bad with names when it comes to like actors and stuff, but like looking at faces, I could be like, oh yeah, this person was in this movie or this person was in this movie. Like I recognized Charles Parnell, was in like Top Gun Maverick. He's been in a lot of movies recently. And Tilda Swinton, she's also been in movies that, she's definitely an actress that you've seen in other movies. The same with Charles Parnell. I don't want to say a lot of these faces, but some of these faces you definitely have seen. Others are people you might not have seen before. Like, I don't know what your tastes are in movies, but yeah, the main character is Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, he was awesome in this role. I thought everyone in this movie played their role right. I don't think there was any bad acting, any bad portrayal of characters. Didn't pick up on any bad. No, I mean, probably the worst one would be that receptionist, but even that. Yeah. I mean that.
She wasn't bad though. I mean, her part wasn't the highlight, and she did a decent job.
Yeah, Yeah, no one was bad in this, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, Dolores, that was her name.
Dolores?
Yeah, the receptionist, Dolores.
Oh, and she had a name.
Oh, yeah. Dolores. That's her name.
Okay, like from Encanto?
So,
I guess.
This movie is broken up into 6 chapters and an epilogue, so it takes a different spin on movies. I feel like not many movies break themselves up like that. Yeah. Especially that many. There's movies with 3 parts, 2 parts, but this 5 chapters and an epilogue. Runtime, isn't it like 158?
Yeah, I think it's right on. Yeah, it's right under 2 hours.
158. Yeah. So not that much of a commitment.
Mm-hmm.
So should we just dive in? Spoilers. What should we do about that?
Ooh, well,
do 10 minutes of maybe non-spoiler talk, and then
we'll start. So we'll
give you a warning for sure.
We'll start off not talking about anything spoiler related, just a little bit, about the movie, and then we'll after a couple minutes when we do talk about spoilers, because sometimes, the conversation kind of just goes off the rails. We might just say, oh yeah, this might be a spoiler. So if that's the case, skip ahead a little bit and then.
Yeah, we'll give a warning.
Yeah. So it should be all good in that territory.
But yeah, we'll try to start out no spoilers. Then we'll get into spoiler talk.
To the nitty gritty.
Yep, nitty gritty.
Yeah.
As Jack Black said.
Yeah.
In Nacho Libre, one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, broken up into 5 chapters. They're all taking place at different areas. I don't know if we should describe that. That might be spoiler talk, but.
I mean.
Well, the opening's in Paris.
France.
One of the best openings probably in a movie that I've seen.
Really?
I think this opening is awesome. You get to figure out how a professional hitman covers his tracks and does his work, and he's a really careful guy. Let's just say that much.
He's definitely very you can tell he's done this for a while. He has it kind of down to a science. At the beginning of the movie, he's just sitting there. And this stuff was in the trailer, so this really isn't spoilers. He's just sitting there. He's attempting. He's on a job, I guess, and he's just sitting there doing his routine that he does. He eats food, but he has to be careful because obviously this is a crime scene. If he does finish a hit, it's a crime scene, and so he's very careful. He makes sure his tracks aren't being covered, but he also stays in tune with his body. He makes sure he gets enough sleep, and he makes sure he is in tune. He's actually doing yoga for some of the movie, which is it just shows that he's in tune with his senses and knows about himself because he has to for this line of work.
Yeah, he always has a timer going too on his watch. I'm not sure I picked up completely what that was about, but I'm guessing he has studied his target and has timers set for when his target usually leaves or comes back, and he has an opportunity to take the shot, basically. That's what I think. Did you get that from it?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, it kind of just keeps him,
Because, yeah, he would get his sleep in, but then he'd have his watch that goes off every... I don't know how long, but
yeah, and then he looks out the window to see if his target's there, and then if he's not, he goes back to sleep for a little bit.
Yep, I'm guessing that has to do with his target's patterns.
And he talks about so a lot of the movie starts off with narration, right?
A lot, yeah.
Yeah.
I originally thought this opening was super slow, but watching it a second time, it just it has a good pace. It's a good opening. I like how they did it. I really do.
And it's done very well. Narration sometimes can be a little weird. It's just the narrator's hey, so this is what's happening, and the audience is stupid. But they do a good job in this movie not making it like that. It's done in a way, and I'm not gonna say how because it might kind of be a spoiler, but it's done in a way that makes the narration seem, I guess, it's a good use of it. Yeah.
The reception on this movie was pretty good critics wise, but when you get to audience, they didn't like it. And I think I know why. Because I thought it was slow first time watching. I think others thought it was slow. 61% on audience score. That's not good for David Fincher, and I think this movie was super hyped for people that were in the film community.
Our teacher for one of our film classes.
Professor.
Our professor, yeah.
We're college students.
Yeah, we're college students. Got to be formal.
Yep.
Professor. He was really excited for this movie, and I remember him showing us the trailer for it, and I was like, oh, that looks interesting, actually. And he was really excited for it. So I don't know what he thought of it, but, he
loves the opening. We talked about it a little.
Okay.
He loves the opening, too. That's all he really said about it. So, yeah. The first time I watched it with a bunch of ragtag hooligans down in southern Minnesota. They're a good family, and they liked it.
They liked it?
Yeah, they liked it. They did think it was a little slow. I remember I picked it, so I was feeling something's got to happen. Come on, but the first 30-ish minutes is narration and build up, which is fine. But when you want something to happen and nothing's happening, it feels a little dragged.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the audience doesn't like it. They want action right off the bat, but this is a good way to open a movie. I think one of the reasons that it feels slow to some people too is it's a single guy. They aren't gonna like put in a bunch of like talking when he's alone. He's not gonna talk to himself. He's not a crazy guy. That's why we get the narration there, and we don't really have relationships to build up either in the beginning. So that is a missing piece, but it works here because he's alone. So
and I feel like the atmosphere works really well too. Like,
yeah, it didn't feel like France to me personally,
like
but it was.
I was drawn into the movie. Like, I agree. It doesn't necessarily feel like France, like what you normally think of. And then I've never been to France, so maybe that's what it's like. But there's just something about like David Fincher movies that I've noticed, at least, that they have a certain like feel and atmosphere, and that definitely was the case in this movie. Like, I could just tell by a look at it, like, oh yeah, that's from a David Fincher movie, and I'm glad about that because. Like I said, Fight Club is I really like that movie, and there's something about the killer that has that, like, I don't know how to say it. It's just something about it that it reminds me of that movie in like a good way, I guess. Yeah.
It's just his style, I think.
Yeah.
We should shout out some more people that put in the work.
Putting the hours.
Produced by, oh boy, can you say that? Sean?
Sean, maybe.
Cian?
It's
Cean.
But the A has like a little accent.
A tilde
on it.
thingy.
Yeah.
Chaffin. So I think it's Sean.
Probably Sean.
Sean Chaffin. Produced by him. Writer Andrew Kevin Walker.
Yeah.
The writing was great. I think the writing is a strong part of this movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because there's no opportunity to have bad writing. They make it that way. They make the character be smart, and he has to use his words in some situations. Like there's parts where he is in public and he needs to say something to do something, basically. We'll talk about it later, but
yeah.
Production company Plan B Entertainment, Boom Studios, Panic Pictures.
I've not heard of any of those, I'm gonna be honest.
I don't keep up with those, so I'm not very surprised. Release date in theaters, so it was in some theaters.
Yeah, I guess.
Limited theaters, October 27th, 2023.
And then streaming November 10th.
Yep.
2023.
I probably watched it the Friday after that.
So, really? Yeah. So Reza came out. Yeah, I only watched it with you this past week, so yeah, it's first time watching. Yeah.
Rated R.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Don't take the kids.
Yeah, it's for big boys.
Yeah, for big boys, big girls.
It's not. If your kids can handle violence, I would say there's one part that's pretty heavy on violence, but other than that,
yeah, for a movie about a killer, there really isn't that much blood and gore.
Yeah, the one fight of the movie, which is one of my gripes with it, the one fight is pretty graphic. But if you're of age, it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything, we wrote some notes. Do you want to get into those a little bit?
Yeah, I think we should.
Maybe hop into the spoiler
we should throw a spoiler warning out right now, because we're going to dip into the actual content of the movie. Yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah. Go see it if you haven't.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix again. If you don't have Netflix, there's always some shady ways of getting to watch some stuff
that we don't condone.
Yeah, we don't condone it, but
but it's there.
It's there.
Yeah.
The killer is great.
Yeah. All right.
Spoiler, wee woo, Yeah.
Yeah, the little
alarm.
Little
alarm, yeah.
Whatever they call it. Siren, yeah. All right. I'll go first, or
Yeah,
hop in.
I'll start out with
the
some
driver's seat.
Chapter 1 Paris.
Ooh, okay.
So we already talked a little bit on this. This is an opening. You aren't introduced to the character, which I like. I like being thrown in. He just has a long voiceover, probably half-hour long voiceover, 25 minutes, somewhere around there, about his vision on the world and how he thinks things should be and how he sees things.
Yeah.
It's a long voiceover, so again, I think that's where the audience reviews went down, but it's good.
Yeah.
You get to see all the intricate things he does. That's my favorite part. You get to see him, like, he takes apart his gun every time he's not using it. He puts gloves on for everything in the movie, like, literally everything he has gloves on.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much more. Like, so, yeah.
They're just little things that you can pick up on.
Yeah, little things are really cool.
Yeah, like, I was watching it, and at the beginning, we both decided to take notes to, just maybe be able to take in more of the movie and just, I guess, have something to talk about after the movie was done. And I just kind of wrote about what was happening. So, like, it starts off where, like, the very beginning of the movie, before the movie even starts, it starts off with some shots of, like, guns and, like, drugs just, like, passing by. It's kind of like a quick thing and just a whole bunch of stuff. More like it kind of sets the tone of the movie in a certain way. Like, it shows, like, okay, it's kind of like this guy's in a shady line of work.
I found that a little weird, personally, but if you liked it.
Yeah, it definitely compared to the rest of the movie, it didn't necessarily fit the best, but it worked to a point in setting, what it's about. Like, it was almost like a movie. It was almost like a show opening.
Yeah, I got that from it.
And it's like, I mean, it was made for Netflix, so it fit with kind of like when I think of Netflix, I kind of think of shows like Netflix originals, and that opening was kind of like that. It wasn't very long. It was maybe like 2-3 minutes, but that's just kind of how it opened. And I just noticed that from it. But when it actually starts, it starts with the guy just sitting on a chair, looking out the window, like, whoa, he's here. He's at the job place. He wants to get started.
Yep, and the first little bit of story we get with this is he's walking down the street. I think he checks battery on his motorcycle, and he gets a call from an unknown person again, clarifying that he has a superior and there is a deadline that he has to meet. The audience should already know he's a hitman. That's kind of...
It's called The Killer.
Yeah, it is called The Killer. So this is his... hire, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It is his hire. I'm not guessing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Good to know.
He waits and he waits and he waits for the perfect time. He talks about taking breaths. He doesn't want to shoot if his heart rate's over 60, which is insane.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he waits and he waits and he finally thinks he has a perfect opportunity, but it doesn't go the best for him.
Well, before that, even though there was a scene where narration was happening, and then he hears a sound in the building he's in.
Oh, that's right.
He turns around, and this is when I realized the narration's actually in his head. I don't know if you noticed that too. You picked up on that? Because, like, when that scene happens, he just, like, the narration stops suddenly, and then it's like, oh, this isn't a random person that's narrating. It's actually just him narrating
in his head.
In his head, yeah. And, like, he's not really talking to himself, like, in, like, the sense, like, I know you said before, he's not crazy.
Yeah, I think it's his way of being alone for so long.
Yeah, he's just dealing with it in a way.
Anyone with that much time alone, you got to have some way to...
And the kind of work he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, there's a phrase that keeps getting repeated over and over, and I don't know if we'll talk about this later, too, but... he says, stick to the plan, weakness is vulnerability, anticipate, don't improvise, trust no one. He repeats that in his head at the beginning, or he says it in his head at the beginning. He has to repeat, he says it once. But that is something he continues with throughout the whole movie. Like, he continues with that line of thinking. And then... Yeah.
Do only what you're paid to do.
Yeah, that's how it ends, right?
Yeah, he says that also, and I don't think that fits for the second half, but it still says it, which is a little weird, but
yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
I could be missing something. I'm just a little boy still.
Yeah, that's true.
So
we all are.
Yeah, we're all little boys
And girls.
Yep.
I guess if you're a girl.
Yep.
Something else I heard, I guess, was he said he needs to be like in tune with his body, but he also says like empathy is weakness. And then he talks about how weakness can like obviously can be dangerous. But that alone, like this guy at the beginning doesn't really strike you as somebody who's like a psychopath necessarily.
No, not at all.
But, you know, that's one thing that's kind of like a red flag of somebody that might be like a psychopath is like they don't feel empathy. And him saying empathy is weakness is kind of like, well, this guy obviously doesn't necessarily feel bad about the killings maybe at least outwardly to himself. Like maybe deep down he does, but him saying empathy is weakness might just be his way of telling himself like, I just, I need to get this done and I can't feel bad about it because they won't get paid. Put food on the table.
Yep. So anyway, he has a shot. He thinks he has a shot. He doesn't miss, but he hits something in front of the guy. He hits a stripper, prostitute, something.
Some woman that's there.
That he paid to be there probably.
Yeah. And like this whole time he was like preparing for the shot. Like he was like, he got his heart rate down. He was preparing to take the shot. And then.
Yep. Everything was perfect.
And then the lady that was there,
she had to dance in front of him.
Yeah. She like moved at the wrong time and then just boom.
Yep. He misses the guy he's paid to kill. And as you can expect, his superior was not happy about that. Then he flees Paris. That's the opening.
Yeah, then it goes right into the next chapter, basically.
But I said it was a slow, satisfying opening to a professional hitman. I thought that was a really good depiction of one.
I think so too. Honestly, like just the way it was shown,
it might be a little too good. It might get some people into that field.
Yeah. Not me though.
No.
Yeah, trust me. I'm in college to avoid that.
Yeah. We're in college. We don't. Although.
Maybe.
No. Chapter 2, the Dominican Republic.
Ooh.
His home.
Yeah.
What's his name? Do we get his name? We get so many names.
I don't think we get his name.
It's hard to
I think
name
he's just
him.
The killer.
He's the killer. We don't know who his name is. Because every time we get introduced to him, he has a different name.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
At least, wait, what does it say here?
It just says the killer.
The killer.
He's just the killer.
He doesn't have a name officially.
But you saying that actually reminded me, like, all his credit cards are obviously different because he doesn't want to get caught with doing these. So he always has a different name. Like, I didn't write him down, but it's always just a different person.
Yeah, every different, like, airport he goes to, they repeat his name, and every time it's a different name, which is cool. He's covering his tracks.
Which you'd think eventually, if he's done this enough, people, I don't know how a person that works there wouldn't like see him and recognize him, but there are also thousands of people that go to an airport, so
you wouldn't recognize him.
Yeah,
you wouldn't care enough to recognize him.
Yeah,
unless you had like a crush on him.
Yeah, maybe.
But at that point, it's just like, am I going crazy? Probably.
Just be somebody else.
Yeah. So yeah, the Dominican Republic. It's his home. This is probably about 30 minutes in. The movie moves a lot faster after that opening scene. He pulls up to his driveway and he notices that there's a cigarette on the ground and
bunch of them.
Yeah, a bunch of them. Footprints too, boots. And in his head, he says, my wife, girlfriend, significant other, woman, my lady friend, my she doesn't
female
smoke.
Yeah, that's true.
So he runs to the house and sees that it got bombarded.
Like something happened in there. There's music playing.
There's music playing, which is kind of like, is something going to happen? Is someone still in there? But it's empty.
Well, there's some blood on the floor though too. But yeah,
in the case of life, it was empty.
Yeah,
there was blood.
Yeah,
blood on the window, so he saw someone escaped.
Mm-hmm.
Does he get a call after that? I think he does, and then he goes to a hospital.
Yeah.
Or he makes a call, one of the two.
I just remember...
He picks up his phone and talks with it.
Yeah.
I don't remember if he gets a call or if he calls someone, but yeah, then he goes off to the hospital.
The next scene for sure is the hospital. I don't know how he gets there.
Yeah,
but
it was phone oriented.
Yeah.
I remember that specifically. And his lady friend is laying in the bed, hurt. You know, she's not feeling the best. Not like a deadly type of like she'll survive. He knows that too. But this doesn't make him happy. And in his head, the only one that would have done this is his superior.
Mm-hmm.
Because, okay, there's another cool part from part 1. I'm sorry to go back, but like...
It's okay.
He flees the scene after he misses the shot, and he has his guns in 5 different parts, and he throws them out as he's driving away.
That's
that was
true,
so cool.
Yeah.
He throws like the barrel in a sewer.
Then he gets out right before the cops actually come to the scene.
Yeah.
Like literally right there.
He has everything planned out.
Yeah.
Somehow he even had a garbage can perfectly there.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was part of his planning, but could just be luck. But he threw his bag into the garbage compactor, and that took care of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's a careful guy.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that because I forgot that was a cool part.
Well, it's important too. Like it's good to know that he was a very careful guy.
Yeah. So I needed to say that because no one was on his tail.
Mm-hmm.
The only one who knows about this is his boss, maybe his boss's colleagues.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, he knows it's his boss, basically.
Mm-hmm. And this, I think was this in part 2 as well? Like before he gets to the Dominican Republic, didn't he notice somebody in the airport, or was that after?
I don't remember what airport that was. There's like 20 different airports.
Yeah. There are a lot of airports. It's actually crazy how many airports there are in this movie. Like all over the United States, and not even just United States, and like Central American stuff. So
yeah, but I'd say that's pretty much chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's just where he gets his motive, where the viewers learn the plot. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it for chapter 2, unless you can think of.
No, it's basically like he finds out about his, like, let's just say his girlfriend, she got hurt really bad, and
he's not happy.
That's kind of his motivation to, like, figure out what happened, find out, who did this, and like why he did this too. Like, he doesn't really say much there with the movie. It's like I said,
he doesn't show much. Like, he's mad, that, but he doesn't show it. Like, he is though, because we learned that it's his lady friend in some way, because he talks to the brother of the lady friend and says, "Oh, you're such a good husband or boyfriend." I wish I knew. I really do, but I don't.
I suppose it's not crucial.
No, it's not. It's just
they're
they
very
love
close.
each other.
Yeah, they're very close.
And their whole families are close, it sounds like. Or at least her family's close to him.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So then we go to New Orleans for chapter 3.
Mm-hmm. Home of the New Orleans Saints.
Yep. Is this where he opens the garage?
The garage, yeah.
Or the storage.
I believe it is where he opens the storage. That is one of the next things I wrote.
He explains he has 6 of them, I believe.
Yeah, and he said, I remember the quote. He said he has 6 different storage units, or 6 or something, in a couple different states. And then he was like, he can't wait till an episode of Storage Wars opens up, or the people in an episode of Storage Wars opens up his storage units and see what's inside.
Yep,
and I thought that was pretty funny.
Bags and bags of money, bags and bags of pistols with ammo, everything's separated, so he has kind of a package, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
He grabs a certain amount of stuff and leaves the rest for the next time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he goes to one of those, gets all looted up, I didn't write much for this one. You probably wrote more. Mm-hmm. But he essentially has to get into the building where his boss works.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty cool too. He Is this the garage one? Where he like has to go in the garage door when the truck leaves? I don't think it is.
No, that's
this is the recycling one.
Yeah.
Where he makes himself a recycling suit and shouts to a fellow, post office USPS worker. Hey, with a garbage bin. Oh, it's just a garbage guy. So he lets him in
and then when he's in there, he has his garbage can. He, waits for the post office guy to open the door. He counts a certain number of seconds because
counts 8 seconds, 7 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, and then he like is drinking. He's trying to be nonchalant so that they don't notice. He counts down so that when the post office worker leaves, he can open the door at the last second. He can put his foot in the door because he doesn't have a fob to get in. He can put his foot in the door at the last second and then go in to not like arouse suspicion. And then he has his garbage bin. He has his recycling worker disguise, which is has a big old triangle, the recycling triangle thing. I don't know what that's called. Probably just recycling thing. But then he goes into the secretary, like where the secretary is.
Yep.
And he says hi. He says her name because
Dolores.
It says Dolores.
Yep.
I forgot that was her name, but now I remember he says it. And then, because he heard it from the post office worker, and then he goes in there, and then he pulls out his gun, and then she's obviously like a little bit like, oh, okay. And then she, then it cuts to the next scene, which is him with his boss or
superior,
his
higher, the guy who gives him money, tells him what to do, and gives him money for his work.
Played by Charles Parnell, actually.
Yep.
Yeah,
the lawyer. He's a lawyer. Hodges. That name gets brought up quite a bit. He talks to him. Let's try to keep things a little shorter. He talks to him. He doesn't receive answers from him. So he kills him brutally
with a
stapler.
It was like a staple gun. He like staples him in the chest and then
3 times, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Rough way to go. He's choking on his own blood.
That's not fun. I wouldn't want to. I don't want that on me.
And then the secretary, she tells him, "I have what you want."
Yeah. Doesn't she try to kill herself? Like, I remember there were pills there.
I think she was trying to kill herself.
But it didn't work.
Yeah, there were pills on the ground. It looked like she spilt them, though.
Okay. Yeah. And then he kind of like kidnaps her, brings her along.
Yep.
Forces her to tell her info.
I think they go to her house.
Oh.
Where all the documents are.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
She gives him the location and name of the people who attacked his home.
And then it goes to the next chapter, right? Pretty much, right?
Dolores gets killed.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. He makes it look like it's an accident falling down the stairs.
Yeah.
He snaps her neck and throws her down?
I think, yeah.
Something like that.
it was something like that. It was kind of out of the blue, but also at the same time, it was like, well, I mean, he wasn't gonna like leave her be a loose end, which is part of his line of work. He got rid of her, I guess. It's a bad way to say it, but
the next chapter is in Florida.
Yeah, Florida man.
This is the first person he has to get. So he has 3 names. 2 of them are the attackers, and one of them, I believe, is the guy who funds it. I believe.
And 2 of the people are Florida, are like
one.
One of them's Florida person.
Next one's New York.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're in Florida now. That's where he beats the man.
Yeah,
the man with the dog.
Right. Man with a dog. Yeah.
Yep. He drives past, sees they have a dog.
Oh, okay.
So he goes to the store, buys some ground beef, some sleeping pills.
Yeah.
And basically, at night he makes sure to get that dog its sleeping pills in the ground beef, so it wouldn't ruin everything. Because this is a loud dog. It's a pit bull. Something.
Yeah, it's a dog that's
it's a beefy dog. It's a guard dog. So he does that. That's pretty cool. How he has to work his way around the dog. So he's in his house.
In the guy's house.
In the Florida man's house.
Yeah, Florida man.
Yep. He he knows he's not alone. The shower's on. The dog's asleep too.
It's out.
Yep, out like a light.
Yeah.
And he gets jumped. The guy is a trained killer also, which we already knew, because the guy who hired him is the same guy. Hodges is kind of the head of this movie, I'd say, because most of the characters are hired by him, pay them. Yep.
Yeah.
This is the only fight scene.
And I heard you say you had a kind of opinion on it.
I love this fight scene. Okay, this movie needed one more fight scene, I think. They did it so well.
Yeah.
It's so brutal.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch.
It was definitely fun to watch. Yeah, like it would have been nice for more.
I loved it because you could tell the guy who was fighting was stronger. You could tell, but the killer is smarter, uses his resources better, and ends up on top. And
the fight was smart too. Like sometimes in fight scenes, you see people just being stupid. Like there was a way they could have taken out the other person, and they just didn't. But I was watching it, and literally every single possible way they could have.
Yep.
Like, you know, something they could have used to defend themselves, they did use, and it was like it wasn't just. It felt real. It felt. I mean, I've never been in a fight like that, but I more mean like it felt like, you know, nobody was being stupid.
Yeah, and this guy's demise comes via. Well, I'm just gonna say the first part to his death. He gets punctured by a dining room table leg. Oof.
Yeah.
Like up the back end.
Minecraft. Yeah. Yeah.
Up the back end, and he is limping around.
Not feeling too well.
Yep. How does he get on the ground? I forgot. Oh, how does he get on the ground?
The ground? You mean
he's on
the killer? You mean?
No, the Florida man. He's walking. The killer's hiding. He's walking, trying to find him. He ends up on the ground somehow and is about to give some stupid monologue, and the killer shoots him before he can utter.
Oh, no. So he was going to go into the killer like runs into a back room or something through the bathroom.
Oh, yep. He gets behind him.
And then the Florida man starts walking into the bathroom. Then he's going to say something.
Yep.
He knows who he is. And then before the Florida man could say anything, the killer just like shoots him in the head.
It's awesome when you cut off dialogue by just abruptly like that, you know.
Yeah.
Whether it's killing him or slapping him, or it's always funny to see that.
It wasn't like you didn't have to hear a drawn out thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 had that.
Yeah.
Well, sort of.
What part?
Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, says to the high evolutionary. He talks about like, oh, I don't need to hear this monologue.
Yeah, he was like pissed too. That movie's so good too. Like,
yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it deserves its own podcast episode, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe
coming soon.
Maybe.
But if we do that, we're doing the whole franchise.
Yeah.
We'll have to speed through that one.
Oh yeah, speed run.
Yeah, he doesn't want information. He just wants to kill this guy. He's the killer. You know, he just wants to get his revenge. And we go to New York after this.
Yeah. Isn't that where
that's where the lady is.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't really know how much I have from New York. He calls people normie. he referred to some people as normies.
That is important. Yeah.
I just thought it was funny because, like, I don't know, I can't really take the word normies seriously, I guess. It's not anything wrong with the movie. It's just, like, he more meant it in the sense that, like, you know, people going about their lives, you know, following their
dreams.
Yeah, following
the
their
American dream.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, just regular people. But he called them normies, and I thought that was kind of funny. This part, I remember now. I was a little confused at first, but
it's the long conversation.
Yeah. So he meets with this woman who I think he's had some history with somehow.
Nope.
No?
They just both work for Hodges.
That's right. Yeah, they both work with Hodges. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Which is so same as a Florida guy. That's what I picked up. They could have had history, but I didn't get that from this.
Yeah. Like history in the sense that they've met before, not in like a romantic history
No.
kind of sense. Just like they've met before.
I didn't get that either.
And he found her. Well, not found her, but she was at like a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to that restaurant, and then he's just like, he has a gun, but he doesn't make it super obvious. She knows it, but she doesn't, like, he doesn't make it known throughout the restaurant that he has a gun.
Yep, hides it under the table.
But he's there with this lady, you know, she is there, she has food, waiter brings drinks, they act like there's nothing wrong going on, but like, you know, she's like, well, I guess I should have known that you'd be here, and she was expecting it, but she also, like, you know,
The camera's in the sky.
didn't know. Should I fix it real quick?
No.
Okay, we'll leave it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, she just, you know, she doesn't say anything. She knows that, I think she kind of knows her fate. Like, she might just die here. So
She believes she's gonna die, but that doesn't mean she's not gonna try to get out of it.
yeah.
She also they have a conversation. They bring her around the world, I think, like the drinks, 5 drinks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
On the 5 in a row,
Mm-hmm.
she shoves it towards the killer, wants him to drink with her just because, hey, he doesn't trust it, so she drinks his end of the, yeah,
Of it.
something small.
Yeah.
And she brings up Haagen-Dazs ice cream and bears. What did she say about a bear? Something weird about a bear.
Yeah. So the story was, it was like.
Oh yeah.
Do you want me to say it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so basically, it was kind of like a I don't know what the word would be. Closest thing I can think of is like parable of his story, of like a story of like a killer or something. So she was like, so there was a hunter that went into the woods, shoot a bear, and the hunter brought a gun, just like a regular bear hunting rifle. I don't know what you shoot bears with. I've never shot a bear before. But he goes to the woods, he shoots the bear falls, he runs to the bear's nowhere to be found, and the bear grabs him like in like a headlock or something and says, so either I can either kill you or you can let me sodomize you, which is like, you know, getting frisky with the bear, I guess. And so she says it this way, the hunter chooses life. So then the hunter comes again later. He brings a bigger gun. He shoots the bear. Same thing happens. The bear falls. Bear isn't there. Bear grabs him. And then the bear says, you know the deal. And then third time, hunter comes again with like a really big, like huge gun.
Probably a rocket launcher.
Yeah. Just something like gigantic.
Yeah,
Tank
50
maybe.
cal.
50 cal. And shoots the bear. Somehow misses. Like, this guy probably shouldn't even be a hunter.
No, he shouldn't.
He kind of sucks. He missed the same bear 3 times.
And if bears are talking to you, yeah,
I think you are on shrooms.
I think you need to go to a therapist or something.
Yeah. And then the same thing happens. The bear has him, and then he, you know, the bear looks at him and says, you're not in it for the hunt, are you? Like, you're not in it to kill me, are you? Which, you know, obviously it means what it sounds like the hunter, you know, maybe he isn't there for killing, he's there because he enjoys, you know, the feeling that happens, like he enjoys the rush or whatever.
Yep. This whole thing happened in Jurassic World too. I don't know why I remember it so well, but Chris Pratt again, twice in one podcast.
Dang.
I mean, you get mentioned twice in one podcast.
Yeah, if
you might as well buy yourself a candy bar. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Chris Pratt, if you're listening to this, yeah, you're cool, I guess.
Yeah, you're a homie. If you want to come on.
Yeah, we'll let you.
We'll let you.
Yeah. Sneak in.
Yeah. So, yeah, he says this. What is a dinosaur called in Jurassic World?
The
Indominus?
Indominus Rex.
Yep. He says that guy is hunting for fun and not for he's not eating his prey, basically. He's hunting for fun. He's having fun killing things. And that's kind of what the bear story is.
Yeah.
So they walk out of the rest. Okay, back to the killer. Him and the lady walk out of the restaurant, and she falls on the steps.
Mm-hmm.
She asks for a hand, but he says it. He goes over the monologue one more time. Trust no one, and then he shoots her.
Yeah, and it made me notice like he shoots. He like kills people when they're at their lowest. Like he killed the secretary when she was like, he was done with her, so he killed her. Killed the Hodges guy. That's his name, right? Yeah, when he when he had already wrecked all his data that was on his computers, and then he kills this one when she had fallen and she's in a vulnerable position. He kills her. So,
well, she wasn't completely vulnerable. She had a knife in her hand.
Ah,
did you see that?
No, actually.
She was trying to get him to reach for her to help her up, and she was gonna try to stick him in the neck.
Ah,
yeah, she had a knife in her hand. You see. I can't believe you missed that.
I missed it, yeah.
Dang. Okay. Well, yeah, she was not.
Kicked me off the podcast.
Yeah, yeah, we need a substitute.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was gonna kill him, or at least try.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want to go down easy.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, the Florida Man remains the most fun part of the movie for me.
Mm-hmm.
I love that fight.
Yeah. It's a great fight scene, well choreographed.
Yeah, and that's the end of chapter 5, and then he goes to Chicago for chapter 6.
Mm-hmm.
Meets up with the guy who, would you say he's above Hodges?
Yeah.
He's a money man.
Wasn't he the guy that hired to have the other guy killed? I thought so. I don't know if that's true what it was, but it seemed like this
guy is like weird.
Because I remember he was talking to him. He was like, the killer, I don't know if I want to say this part yet, but I thought I gathered that he was the guy that orchestrated the hit. That was like, I want this guy killed.
Because he messed up.
Yeah.
And yes, but I think he's pulling the strings, and I think he has the money.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are his two parts.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He's paying a lot of people. That's what I got. He's living in like a crazy mansion apartment.
Mm-hmm.
High up thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he has money, and I think he pays people. That's what I get from him.
Mm-hmm.
He is a really awkward guy. You could tell he doesn't handle a lot of things face to face. Yeah, he basically he gets out of it. He doesn't get killed. He works his way out. He says that he is only doing this because, or no, he didn't want to kill him, did he? He didn't want the hit to happen. I don't remember. I watched it a first time. And then I watched it a second time.
Mm-hmm.
I did not remember this part at all.
Yeah.
And now I can't. Again.
It was a lot of talking back and forth, which actually didn't happen that much in the movie, but when it does happen, it's like one of these things, like we don't remember what they were talking about. Like, well, I mean, it if that's the case, that isn't necessarily something wrong with us. That might be something with the movie too. Like, they were having a back and forth talking, and mainly you're listening to what the killer's saying in his mind. But at this time, it was like different. They were talking about, the details, and these are one of those things that, like, in so many movies, you're going over the details of things, like I don't want to say the details. That sounds weird. You're going these type of conversations happen in a lot of movies, is what I'm trying to say. And basically, I don't know, this scene I kind of forgot about, I guess.
I forgot about it twice.
Yeah.
I went up to you.
Yeah, you did.
It feels so insignificant because he doesn't end up killing him. Mm-hmm. I think that's the thing. I think you just forget because nothing comes of it. It seems pointless. It seems out of place, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty much the end of the movie.
Yeah.
We get brought to an epilogue after this.
Yep.
And it's just him hanging out with his woman, happy life.
She's out of the hospital.
She is okay.
She has a bit of a Scar, but
Yeah.
I mean, at least she's alive. So
I would not say this is a satisfying ending.
mm-hmm.
Would you say the same?
I mean, to a point, I felt satisfied because we're inside his head the entire time, and it was like,
It's nice that he's free of it all.
yeah, but at the same time, you know, this guy has killed a lot of people, and you know,
You end with okay, go free.
yeah, like, you know, he didn't get any repercussion from it, and it's like, it wasn't a bad ending, but like, you know, it is his story, but a little bit of closure maybe would have been nice.
It just this movie feels so weirdly paced, but I still like it because that makes it feel real in a sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a climax. It has a mountain range, I'd say. Because we start out, the intro's amazing. Then we have Hodges, which goes down a little, I think. And then we have the Florida Man, which goes up above the intro even.
I think we know part's your favorite.
Yeah. and then we go way down to the depths of the earth for the lady.
Yeah.
I don't care about Haagen-Dazs. I don't care about bear parables. I just want to see cool killing. Well, I shouldn't say that. That makes me sound creepy. But
yeah, maybe I'm gonna leave.
yeah, maybe you should. But
Scary.
anyway, yeah, it's.
But I know what you mean, like action, like, you know, they've had that action scene now. It makes you want it more, you know.
It makes you want to keep going, and it stops, and then you say, "Oh, there's another chapter. Maybe it's in here." Nope, it goes down even lower to a place of forget, where we both forgot about it. I forgot about it twice. Like that's.
And it makes it seem like a bad movie, but it's not. It's definitely a good movie. Like,
it's a good movie.
It starts off high, and that's the thing. And then when it goes down lower, like you said, it's not like it's going down low, so it's like bad low. It's more like it goes down lower, and its lowest point is still good.
Well,
but it's not as great as the beginning. Like, it's, you know, it's forgettable, but
yeah, forgettable. Yeah.
Not the whole movie, just the ending part. I mean, the movie isn't forgettable. Like,
yeah, like they split up into chapters. I remember chapter 1. I remember chapter 2, chapter 3, even chapter 4, even though it was a little worse. Is that right? Nope.
Wasn't that
all the way through 5? I remember.
Yeah, 6.
I'm like, who was that guy?
It's like, I don't care about.
I think
this
he was
rich
bald.
Guy. Yeah,
but I don't know who he was.
He had a beanie.
He wasn't bald. He had a beanie.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess he's a closeted bald person, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean,
yeah, he's definitely the rich life though, and he gets set free. Because I think the killer knew that he wasn't necessarily the worst of the bunch. But still, it's like, oh yeah. He also killed another innocent guy. He killed a taxi driver.
That's right. Yeah, this was toward the beginning of the movie. Taxi driver told him the entire story, and then he killed the guy still.
So, yeah, you pick up on, he's just killing. He doesn't care. And then he lets this guy free. It's just a little off, in my opinion. Taxi driver guy, yeah, he was telling him, he was trying to get info on what the people looked like. Basically, I think that's
like the killer. He
wanted to get information.
He's cold, you know. He's calculating. He wants to be efficient with what he does, and that's why he keeps in tune with himself, so he can be the most efficient. He can run like a machine, and you know he forgoes empathy and just kills and doesn't want it to affect him. Doesn't want to let it affect him, but you know.
Yeah, I think
it makes it. The movie does a good job in making him, like, it makes him human enough. Like, you can tell he's a human, especially with things like, you know, he does miss the shot, which is like, it's not necessarily all his fault, but it does show it's an error, like a human error. And then his first thing is like, he's like, oh crap. Like, and he doesn't even care that he shot the wrong person. He literally says whoops in his head. He's like, whoops. And then like he goes, and it doesn't make him seem like a one-dimensional character, it gives him depth, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like at the same time, it's like, you know, you don't feel bad for him, but you are intrigued by him. Like, it's like when you listen to a true crime story. I don't know if you listen to like crime stories at all, but like if you listen to a story like that, like you're interested, you're like at the edge of your seat, see what's going to happen, but you don't necessarily feel bad for the person who's going and killing the people. You don't like that, but the movie doesn't make you hate the guy. It doesn't make you love the guy. It makes you interested to watch it. And do you feel that way?
Yep. And I don't think this is built up to a sequel.
Yeah, no.
They could, but I don't think they should.
I think it's a one-off thing. I think it's a movie.
Should be.
Yeah.
But they have milked franchises since the beginning of time, so I wouldn't put it past them. We might see a Killer 2 sometime, which would be fun, but what else can you do with this character? You've seen him kill. You've seen him not kill.
It ended in a way that, you know, it's a good, you know, it's like the final like nail, like you're nailing it onto the billboard. This is it. This is the movie.
He's free from the situation. You don't know if he's still gonna go into the business of killing people, but
or he'll just stay with his.
Yeah, it kind of looks like they just want to be together.
Well, so
that's the Killer.
Yeah, it was good.
What would you rate it?
Would I rate it?
Okay, let's do Rotten Tomatoes out of 100. So you have a lot of
100.
Yeah, you have a lot of leeway here. Out of 5 is so cheesy for me because, like, come on.
How many goops would I give it?
How many goops? No.
Out of 100.
How many M&Ms?
How many M&Ms?
Yeah, out of 100.
All the M&Ms on the table.
Yeah.
Out of 100. Well, let's see. I would give it probably a 75 or an 80, and I'm totally fine with being biased, I guess, because I do like David Fincher, but it was a good movie. I really like the feel of it. Like, you know, it immersed you. It immersed me into it. Like, I felt like I was in there watching it. Like, I felt surrounded by the movie. And even though listen to this in my dorm room with really crappy speakers, but I still felt immersed by it, just by the visual aspect of it. I did, and I felt engrossed by the story. It had some flaws, like we talked about, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. I would definitely watch it again, you know. But yeah, that's what I'd say. Yeah,
what I would give it. I mean, that lines up with your Letterboxd rating. You gave it 4. 4 would be 60 to 80.
Yeah,
lines up. Maybe 4.5. You should. If you give it 7.5 or 75%, that's a 4.5.
That's true, but I'm not good at math.
Wait, is it? I'm bad at math.
4. So let's see. 25 times 4 is 100.
80. Okay, 80 would be 4. Okay, no, you're good.
Okay.
I think you're good.
Yeah, I'm not really a math
Maybe
guy.
3.5. That's what I meant. But that feels too low.
It feels too low. Yeah. 5. I feel like rating like this is kind of off topic, but rating stars versus like 100%. I kind of, you know, it feels different rating something with stars than it does with out of 100 because like,
I don't like it. There's not enough
with stars
in between.
You mean? Yeah, like it can like you can have a movie that like it's not 4 stars. It's not 4.5 stars though, because 4.5 is
3
like
stars
really
sounds bad.
Yeah,
like
3 stars.
3, 2, and 1. You don't touch that if you enjoy a movie.
Yeah, but like there's sometimes like I kind of like how they do it on IMDb, where it's like you can have a 4.2 something,
and that's out of 10, isn't it?
Yeah, that's out of 10. But like where it's just you're rating it like 4 stars, 4.5 stars. It's like there can be a spot in between. There can be a 4 1/4, I guess, and it's, you know,
that's why I said percentage, because I like it better.
Yeah.
Okay, back to my percentage. I would probably, as much as I hated on this movie, I really enjoyed it. I'd probably be 83%.
Dang.
Not quite 85, but 83. That doesn't line up with my Letterboxd. But after discussing it, maybe I'll knock it down. I'm sorry, David Fincher.
Dang.
I can't help myself.
He hates you now.
Yeah, he hates me.
He's gonna find you.
You had too many mistakes in your film. I'm sorry. Come on, like we directed one of the best short films.
Oh yeah.
So
for sure.
Yeah, if you didn't know, this podcast is made off of a short film, kind of. like the name.
Called the
Gooper
Gooper Reel. Yeah.
Yep. We made a short film called What the Goop.
Oh yeah.
It is a cinematic masterpiece.
Starring what's his name? What's the name of that?
David Morales Lazaro.
Dang, shout out.
Yep. I'm not going to tell you where he lives. I know where he lives, but I'm not going to tell you that much.
Dang. Yeah. And it's also kind of background role of Michael Lazaretti.
Yep.
Yeah.
Michael Lazaretti. Yep. The news anchor.
News anchor. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we are at an hour.
An hour? Dang.
Yep. I want to still do some trivia. I think that'd be fun.
Okay. Shoot. Lay it on me. What's your
So,
trivia question?
I want to do questions we ask just one question we ask each other every week. I don't have one prepared, but I'll look it up. I have one in my mind.
Oh boy. Should I have studied?
No. So
Okay.
you being from Wisconsin.
Oh boy. Wow, you're just gonna give away where I live.
Yep. I want yeah, Wisconsin, by the way. That's where he lives.
Yeah, I live in Wisconsin. If you didn't know already. Can you tell my accent? Wisconsin. Can't help it, okay? Don't make fun of me.
Okay, I have it up. According to Yahoo Finance,
Ooh, okay.
can you give me okay, it worked.
Technical difficulties.
What the heck is this website? I'm sorry, this what incarnation?
All I heard was according to Yahoo Finance.
Yeah.
It's already
That's all
like,
I'm at right now. I don't okay, we'll try a different website.
I'm not a really financial guru.
Let's see here.
Dang. Should have brought
We can't do that.
Oh, too easy?
No, too hard.
Too hard?
I think.
Okay. Is it gonna be a
Okay,
math
here we
question?
go.
Oh, okay.
According to Far and Wide,
All right.
I'm gonna give you an easy-ish way to do this.
All right.
Can you name 8 of the 10 most popular cheeses in America?
In America?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. All right. I think I got this.
So 8 of the 10.
8 of the 10.
There's a lot of scrolling. I should have wrote this down.
Oh boy. Okay. Cheddar.
Let me. I'm not at one yet. Hold
Not
up.
at one
There's
yet?
a lot of ads. I'm getting through it. I'm guessing that's one, but let me see. Okay, it's
There are a
not
lot of
one.
cheese.
Oh boy. This is gonna be hard. It's not one, but it's
on the list. It's got to be, right?
it's gotta be.
It's somewhere here.
What entire nation?
I'm guessing cheddar. Maybe Swiss.
Swiss is on there.
Well, Limburger.
What the heck is that?
Limburger? I've never had it, but it's really stinky.
That is not on the list, and cheddar's not
Oh.
either. But I'll give it to you because processed cheese is.
Oh, yes.
And I think a lot of cheddar is processed cheese.
American cheese. I know that's. I don't really know what
That
that
is under processed cheese.
Okay, yeah. Mozzarella.
Mozzarella is not on there.
Really?
I guess not.
Parmesan.
It should be. No.
Parmesan's not on there either.
I don't know what this list
What is this list, man? Brie.
According to Far and Wide, Brie is not on there.
Brie is not on there. Oh
No.
my gosh, I've gotten like one.
There's one that has a color in the name.
blue.
Yes, blue cheese is one of them.
Blue cheese.
Yeah. I don't know what this list is. It's a mess.
Pepper Jack.
Pepper Jack is on there.
Monterey.
Nope.
Not Monterey.
No.
What that like red cheese with the like orange inside it?
I don't. You're from Wisconsin. You should know the names.
I don't remember. I didn't go to.
Okay.
I didn't have cheese class.
I'm gonna give you a freebie.
You give me a freebie.
Yep. Number 4 is cream cheese and Neufchâtel.
Oh, Neufchâtel. I don't know if it's Châtel. It just sounds cool.
I don't know either.
What about cottage cheese?
Cottage cheese.
Let's go. That's not even cheese.
Yeah, I know. This list.
Heck. So this is bad.
American is on there. I missed it.
Heck?
I missed it.
What the goop?
I think you have about 8.
Okay, around that.
Yeah.
Around 8. Oh.
You want to give me a question?
Sure.
I know I'm not preparing you well, but
That's okay. That's okay. Question.
we can cut this out.
Cut. Fix it in post.
Yeah, fix and post.
Okay.
We'll be back once he finds his question. Maybe.
Yeah. La la la. From Minnesota.
Yeah, but you don't have to do a state-related one.
Okay. What if I want to? Zuba's pants.
We will write these down next week. That's for sure.
Okay, here's a question.
Okay, give me it.
All right. Which of these states borders Minnesota?
Oh, gosh.
South Dakota, Alabama, Massachusetts, or Delaware?
So, my thinking, I have a friend.
You have a friend?
Yes.
Who? Me?
No.
Dang.
His name is Cody.
Oh.
He goes to South Dakota State.
Yeah.
It's got to be pretty close if he goes there, right?
No.
I'm going to say South Dakota.
You're right.
Let's go.
It's a thumbs emoji. Good job.
I'm 1 for 1.
Let's go.
I am 1 for 1. Do you have more? I'll do one more because that one was too easy.
What are the state birds? State tree of Minnesota.
Oh, gosh. State bird is loon.
Yeah, the common loon.
It's multiple choice.
Yeah, it's multiple choice. Oh, yeah.
Can I see what ones are paired with loon?
Maybe. I already clicked on the answer.
Is it a Christmas tree?
I mean, it's similar. It could be used as a Christmas tree.
A pine tree?
Yeah, what color?
Evergreen.
No. It has pine in the name.
Blue pine?
No.
Red pine.
Yeah.
Red pine. I got
First
it.
try.
First try.
Let's go.
Okay, someone should keep track. I'm 2 for 2 on questions.
Yeah, and I'm 1 for 1.
Yeah. Yeah, we're both doing pretty good when it comes to questions.
All right.
I was going to rant about Echo a little bit, but we are hitting the hour 10 mark.
Do you want to rant for just a little bit? Talk a little bit about it? What you thought?
We'll do that in private.
Do that in private?
Yep, because I really don't want this to be too long.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, these viewers deserve, or listeners, sorry, not viewers. These listeners deserve a concentrated medium of good content.
I suppose.
Is that even a thing? Medium?
Yeah, media.
Mm-hmm. You know, they need something under an hour and a half. And if I rant about Echo, we'll be going on for at least 3 hours.
Go that long?
Yeah, Echo is, there's a lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about.
I'm going to say it's not bad.
It's not bad.
But it's not amazing.
Give the viewers a little time to watch it.
Yep. We'll give you guys.
It only just came out
just came out
today?
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday night. I watched it in about 3.5 hours, the whole season.
Would you say it's good? Would you say it's bad? Give us.
I already said it's not good.
It's not good? Okay. So worth a watch?
It's worth a watch. I've heard people like it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But personally, that episode 1 gives me a seizure.
Yeah.
Too much stuff happening.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but yeah,
we'll give a chance to watch it before.
Yep, we'll give you guys some time to watch it.
Cool. All right.
Don't get scared of the opening scene. I almost shut it off right after the opening scene.
Dang.
But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, I guess.
Yeah.
I know we kind of suck at this.
It's our first time.
It's our first time. You can't blame us.
Don't be mad.
No, you can't blame us.
All right. Yeah, this has been the Gooper Reel.
Gooper Reel episode 1, the killer.
The killer. It's a killer first episode.
Yeah, if you wanna suggest anything, you can find our Instagram at Gooper Reel Pod.
And if you have a question, you can DM us. If you have a question too, a trivia question, you can also
DM. Did you make an email too?
I do not have an email.
Okay, I think you do have an email, but I think we forgot it.
Yeah.
So Instagram DM if you have a suggestion or a question.
Yeah. Email us at it's whatthegoop@gmail.com. So
Are you sure?
yes.
Okay. Well, I know there's only going to be like 1 or 2 people listening to this, but thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Until next time, we'll do weekly.
Yeah. Be back next week.
Yep. Should come out every weekend-ish
Yeah.
sometime.
Yep. We'll try for Fridays. We're trying to do Fridays. Fridays or Saturdays. We'll say the weekend though.
Yep.
So
cue the outro music.
yeah.
If we have any.
Yeah. And bye-bye.
Peace out.
Yeah.